afterwards. Like later on, you're gonna be like, oh, I remember when I first saw that TV show and I was sitting and I was watching it with whomever. Like, it gets better.
Don't go back and tell y'all mama said the little bald head lady said we gotta say it. No, but if it's
and the rest is history. I'm like, look, okay, I get it.
There's no other option like pushing through, finding a way, making it happen.
Children, number one. I have no kids. I'm not getting married, and I am going to be a career businesswoman. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I wasn't doing those other things. That changed very quickly at a very young age.
You literally just get up, work, take care of kids, you do this, you do that. So you're on this schedule that the world tells you to be on, and you gotta go and you gotta do this, and then if you're a good mom, you do this, and then if you're a good person, you gotta be here. No. Do what you want to do. Whatever that is. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, do what you want to do, because you gotta experience that initially, and you gotta learn from those mistakes.
So yeah, you gotta stay being fearless, and then don't let your age determine what it is that you can and can't do.
And that's real.
Like, because that doesn't matter. Yeah, because all of us, like, we can sit there and act. If we're all like hanging out with each other, you would think that we're like your age doing stuff, because we still act out. Okay,
I think most people, when they look at their younger self, think I was more beautiful, more handsome than I ever thought I. When you look back on this, you're like, damn, like
I was cute. I was doing it.
Like, damn. You just completely underestimate yourself in most areas, and not that the physical is what's important, but intellectually, in all realms, you just really, because you're so hard on yourself, I think, when you're young, that you don't see all that you actually have. That's amazing.
Not seeing the bigger picture, or being even introduced to the bigger picture of how this will align with what you're going to do in college, and how you really do need to learn this math, or you're going to have to pay $93 per credit hour to take this math over again once you get to college. So if I could go back to school, I would apply myself and actually master what it is that I was being taught.
But when you're young, you always have that one little thing, like, it's like, oh my gosh, if I could just change that.
I'm too tall.
And now all those things I was obsessed about, that's the one thing about getting older. Like, it don't bother me. It literally does not bother. I really could not care less about it, nor what anybody else thinks about it. But if I knew that then I would have been more free and open without those little hang-ups.
Everybody has some sort of thing that, makes them really special. And if you put everybody in the same box, then that's where it gets messy. So it's just like, stay thinking outside the box and don't let them put you into it, because that sucks.
No, seriously, but if it's like, if you want to be a musician, go try that out. Like, give it 125%. And then if it doesn't work, you can honestly say, you know what? I tried that music thing and it just wasn't for me.
Don't lose that fear. Or don't lose that fearlessness. Because the things that you are able to do when you're a kid, like, the things that I've done, like, by y'all age, I was already signed. I was already making money on my own. Like, it's a totally different lifestyle. So I would say just don't stop at any point. Like, because by the time I got a deal when I was like 13 and I was signed. And, it was when I was like 8 or 9. And I was singing, like, doing that whole, like, Star Search joint thing. And I really, I grew out of competitions because I saw so many people, like, it was my knowledge of the behind the scenes stuff that kind of turned me away from continuing to do it during, like, my teen years. And I was just seeing so many, like, parents, like, stifling their kids or putting them into a competition before they were ready. So that was, like, I was always very, like, conscious of that as a kid, because I knew my talent, but I also knew, like, some of the other kids had talent too, like, and I didn't like the whole, like, put them up against each other and let's see. Like, so no, because it's space for everybody. And you learn that later. Like, it's space for everybody. If you look at an aisle, in a bread aisle in a store, you see how many different types of bread. Like, that's the point of talent. Like, things like that.
My mom would say, the third kid, she just would always shake her head. Because I'm the last kid, I'm the youngest. And I don't know, like, looking back, I wish I was more daring than I know that I was then. Because so many opportunities, like when I look back on it, I remember my mom asked me, I was going into high school and I looked up this school online. I said, mine's performing arts school in Michigan. She was like, you ready to go to Michigan without me? And in my mind, I was like, yeah. Like, it's a dance school. I'll go dance and you can come visit me. And then I talked myself out of it. And then many opportunities came for me to travel. And then another one came when I was 17 to go to Alvin Ailey. And I'm like, I'm going. And my mom at the time was like, you ain't, because I can't pay for it. And so my teachers was like, you're going because you're the first in the school that's going. And NIPSCO donated, Emerson donated, and my dance teacher drove us. Yeah. So it's so funny, like, leading up to that, I remember thinking back when I got to Ailey, culture shock. You may be in this bubble of Gary where you think, and I'm sorry I have a foul mouth, that you think you're the shit, and then you go somewhere else as big as New York and you realize, like, I was the shit there. Okay. It's a difference when you get to where people really actually take their craft seriously. So one, that opened me up to make me think back, like, I should have went to that school in the 8th grade when I thought about it. So if I could tell my younger self something, it would be, do it. I was about to use another word.
I do a bunch of stuff, and I'm still a nurse at my foundation. I haven't worked as a nurse since April, but I'm still a nurse. But guess what? I'm free. So I get to hang with dope people like this. I hang out at her juice bar. I hang out at her art gallery. I stop by her dance studio. And these are free people that I've attached myself to, and they live their best lives, and they're happy. And I was inspired. I'm like, man, I could do this. Like, I could do this. And when you think like, well, what is this? How did they get? They're free. They've assigned their own agenda, their own path, and they stuck to it, and they're happy.